Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now for today, I did want to do something that I've been seeing going around on Instagram and I thought was super interesting, and that if it works, it's really cool. And that's called reverse contouring. And basically what it is that you cream contour before you even put on your foundation, so that when you put your foundation on, you already kind of have like that contoured base, and like really all you have to do is like set it, put a couple powders, and that's it. So I thought that was super cool and I'm really excited to try it. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I am actually still sick. Today's my third day being sick. It's not fun. I hate it. I've been stuck on the couch every day because if I move, Riley and my mom are not happy. They're like, you need to rest, and it's true. So because of all that resting, I do have the energy to film today, but however, I am still feeling pretty under the weather, and probably after filming will go back to the couch. But I miss you guys so much and I had to get this video out to you guys. So I am gonna make this tutorial a talk-through tutorial, mainly because I haven't done one in a while and I want to take this chance to catch up to you guys and really explain everything in explicit detail that sometimes I can't do when I'm doing the voiceover. So the first thing I'm going to start out with is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. And the reason I'm especially starting with this today is because I'm feeling under the weather and I need to freshen up this sick skin. The next thing I'm going to go on with is the primer, and for primer I'm using the Kat Von D Hydrating Primer, mainly because it's going to help really brighten up my skin and make sure that after everything isn't on, that my skin doesn't look super dry and unhappy. I'm focusing a lot of this around my nose too, because since I have been sick, I've been using a lot of tissues, and so this whole area can get really dry. I've been having lots of pomades and stuff, trying to hydrate it back up. Now for the main part of this episode, I guess you could say, I'm using the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit in medium. And this one, I have to say, I don't use it super often after I put on my foundation because I feel like I do have a hard time blending it. But let's see, maybe if I put it on before, I'll like it a lot more. And then whenever I do use this cream contour, I will usually go in with a little drop of oil in each color that I want to use first. And the reason I do that is because since this palette I do feel is a little bit dry, this really just helps be able to blend everything together better. So the first color I'm going to go into is this peach color, because since I'm not going to use a concealer, I definitely want to make sure that everything has enough coverage. So now that the peach is placed everywhere that I want to help brighten up, next I'm going to go in and mix these two lighter colors to act kind of like a concealer and to brighten up all the areas that I want brightened up. Now next, I'm gonna go in with this darker shade here in the middle. I didn't want to go the extra dark one, and I didn't want to do the kind of lightish dark one. I want to go kind of in the middle just because I still don't know how it's gonna all turn out. Okay, so next is the part that I'm super nervous about, because on the videos that I have seen, they do not blend it out. They just put foundation directly over it. Now I'm super freaked out about that because I'm like, oh my god, what do you mean we're not gonna blend this? We're not gonna like make this smooth? And so I'm nervous, but we will see. And the foundation that I'm going to use is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in Cream Beige. And the reason I picked this one is because I do feel like it has a very good coverage without being too heavy. And since I already feel like this is a little heavy for me, I don't want to go in with something that's even heavier. So hopefully this is going to be like the perfect combo to go with all these creams. And now we blend. Okay guys, so I wanted to talk to you guys really quick before I started setting it, and I have to say I am super impressed. I thought that once I put the foundation on that it was not gonna look blended, that I was gonna look crazy, that you were gonna see all these like lines everywhere, but you guys saw it. I did not blend before I put foundation on, and as you can see, it looks blended. So that's super crazy to me. So far, I'm impressed. I had my doubts, and so far they have been totally like clarified. I am super happy. So let's see, we still have to set it. So to set my under eye, I am going to be using the Kat Von D Lock-It powder. I've been loving this one lately because it's so lightweight. Next, I'm going to go into the Shade and Light contour palette, and I'm probably going to go in with this color first. I usually tend to gravitate towards this color whenever I have cream contoured because I feel like it's already dark there. So all I really want to do is just set it lightly. I don't want to intensify it more. So this color that's light, it will help do that, because if I choose like a darker color like this one, it's just gonna make this look really dark and really muddy really fast. So I'm gonna use this fluffy brush from Morphe, and I'm gonna go into that lighter shade, and I'm just gonna dab on first and then buff everything out. So as you can tell, it's set that area without making it look too dark and too crazy. And you always want to make the point closest to your ear the darkest point and have everything fade out. If you do it that same darkness and that same intensity all the way down, it's going to look very, very dramatic in a bad way, and you're going to have a horrible time trying to blend it out. And then using my finger, I'm gonna get a little bit of this banana shade in the middle, and I'm just gonna run that down the center of my nose. And then using that same brush that doesn't really have much left on it, I'm gonna just go over that lightly, just to make sure that everything is still softened. For blush, I'm just going to use this light mauve shade from Lancome called Aplum. And I'm going in with this color because it matches my eyeshadow really well. I'm really big on picking blushes that match my transition colors. And next I'm going to go in with this NYX Duo Chromatic Illuminating Powder and Twilight Tint. So it reminds me a little bit of the Alchemist palette from Kat Von D, where it has like colors, and I've really been into those highlights. As much as I love my like champagne and rosy and goldy highlights, all these like color highlights have been beautiful, especially for now during the summer and with Coachella going on and all these music festivals. It is just so much funner to have a lighter color be like your little cute little accent than just going with the traditional champagne or rose. So I'm just gonna apply this using my Morphe M510. This is like heaven to me. This brush has been my highlighting go-to brush, like immensely. I use it to set sometimes with just regular translucent powder, but for highlighting it's been numero uno, and it's because since it's so small I can really be precise and my highlight isn't going everywhere and I don't just look like a glow monster. So I'm gonna focus it right here on the cheekbones first. As you can tell, I like to take my time kind of just circling that teeny tiny little area, and it's because that's what I want to be my brightest point, and that's what I really want to be the BAM highlight of that area. And then when there's barely anything left on my brush, I will just smear that a little bit back and up and a little bit down. Kind of making like a loose S. Then whenever I'm done highlighting, I go back in with the brush that I used for bronzer just to help blend everything out so that you still don't see any straight lines. You still want everything to be buffed out even though there is a high contrast. And then after applying my lip, which in this case is the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in Lolita, next I'm gonna go ahead and apply my setting spray. And then after that, this look is complete. So today, together we tried out the reverse contouring, and I have to say that I'm much more impressed than I thought I was gonna be. I was very nervous about putting it and then not blending it and putting on foundation, but as you guys saw, everything still came out nice and blended. Now, because I basically did cover my whole face in cream contouring and then also in foundation, I do recommend doing like what I did and using a pretty lightweight foundation, because that's what's going to keep everything still nice and breathable. And you also want to make sure to go ahead and set everything, because it's going to help fuse all those products together and make it more skin-like and really help you avoid looking cakey. That's one of the biggest mistakes that people make, is that they apply lots of creams and liquids and powders and then they don't do anything to fuse it together, so it's all kind of just like sliding and doing this weird thing, and then that's why you start to see them really looking cakey. Alright guys, well I hope that you guys really enjoyed this and going on this adventure together and this first impression together. So I will be seeing you guys really soon once I start feeling a little bit better, but I hope you guys enjoyed this, I hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!